Hi, Josh. Thanks for being here. I know you'll be at SANS this year, and we're super excited to have you there. You're going to be hosting two sessions. You're going to be there on behalf of Feedly. But I want to talk about the first session, applying the startup mindset to CTI. Why did you decide to talk about this topic?
So I think it's been a really interesting journey, and upon reflection, I realized that entering the startup world in this latest chapter of my career has really benefited me as an overall professional, and especially in the CTI work that I'm doing. And when I was reflecting upon it, I realized that you don't have to work in a startup to get the startup mindset. And there are elements of a startup mindset, I think, in the vast majority of people's approaches to work right now. So what I want to do is to focus the talk on what are the key elements of a startup mindset, and then how has this benefited me in my CTI work, and how can we further leverage these elements, which a lot of us already incorporate in our work, and apply it to further enhance our CTI work.
You mentioned this, but I just want to make sure we're 100% clear. Does this mean that your talk is only relevant for people who are currently in the startup world?
Luckily, no. I very strongly believe that the vast majority of us are already doing elements of the startup mindset in how we approach our work. A lot of us in CTI, we are trying to innovate to tackle new threats. We are trying to experiment, test out new technology, automate in a faster way. And we are making mistakes and failures along the way. And many of us are trying to learn from those in order to pivot and do our CTI work better. If you're doing these things, then you're already adopting elements of the startup mindset and implementing them. And the talk that I'm going to do is going to focus on further leaning into that and further capitalizing on the startup mindset. Because I really do believe that the mindset can be applied in any industry to any company of any size. It's not just limited to the startup world, and you don't have to work for a small company to really capitalize on things like growth mindset. So that's what the talk is going to be focused on. It's not exclusive to startups, and I'm going to be really focused on trying to take those lessons and apply them to companies of any size.
Josh, how do you feel about ending this chat with a sneak peek? What problem would applying a startup mindset solve in CTI?
Oh, I think there's potentially multiple, but I'll pick my favorite one. Speed. It all comes down to speed. I've noticed that I'm able to be far more productive and operate at a much more efficient rate with a startup mindset, as opposed to how I used to operate as a CTI analyst who used to strive for everything being perfect. Every report, every process, every new product, every idea, it all had to be fully baked and absolutely perfect before I would, dare ship it and let others see it. Whereas now, because I'm far more comfortable trying things out, making mistakes, and essentially failing, I aim now for the minimal viable product when I'm trying to tackle a new problem in cyber threat intelligence. And I aim to get out something in full acknowledgement that it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be something that I can then gather feedback on and iterate on to improve. And that has shortened my workflows a lot, and ultimately enabled me to be faster. And we need to be faster in cyber threat intelligence because our threat actors are exponentially getting faster as they incorporate more AI in their threats, as they incorporate greater automation. So in order to keep up with them, we need to increase on our speed. And I think with the startup mindset comes an opportunity to help expedite that process.
Your session's looking awesome, Josh. All the best at SANS. We're going to be adding more details in the caption so that people can know what your conferences are up to and when they're happening. Thank you so much for being here, Josh, and we'll see you at SANS.
Thanks, Abby. Bye for now.